What's up guys, back again, and as promised I am doing a test hand and combo video for my Invoked Kaiju Timelord deck. So I went to locals recently and I did pretty well with it. I went up against a lot of pendulum decks and zoo variants, and I seemed to be able to hold my own against them, but at the end of the day zoo out-resourced me in the grind game. But anyway, let's get this show going. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle well, Pharaoh. First hand, okay, it's not too bad. We got Time Maiden in hand, Book of Moon to disrupt anything, Terraforming to get Magical Meltdown, and then Alistair. And we have Ash Blossom in hand to negate searching and sending to grave and all those stuff that gets a lot of decks going. So because this deck was built to go second in mind, I'm just going to draw the first card off the top of my deck to just simulate myself going second. So, oh, Ghost Ogre. So that's not too bad. So I might have used that during my opponent's turn, so that would have been in the grave. But let's just go with these 6 cards first. So the first thing I'm going to do is play Terraforming. Magical Meltdown. Activate Meltdown to search. Alistair. Normal Alistair and search. Well, I only have one invocation. Yep. I can't actually activate his effect to search. So we already have invocation in hand. So what I'll do here is activate invocation. Banish Alistair. Invocation to the grave. And Time Maiden to the grave. To summon Makaba. What we have here is that we have invoked Makaba on board, and that negates any card as long as you have the card type in your hand. And we have Time Maiden set up in the grave for follow-up plays. And in our hand, we still got Book of Moon, Ash Blossom, and Ghost Ogre. So what we can do is set Book of Moon, or use it depending on what the opponent has on their side of the field, and then I guess attack. On the next turn, if these were broken, I still have Time Maiden to summon a Timelord from my deck to remove any obstacles. So if there was a back row heavy board, I can banish Time Maiden to summon Zaphion. And funny story, in locals when I was playing against a lot of pendulum decks, I kept on loading Time Maiden into my grave by summoning Mechaba or using Foolish Burial, and then I kept on summoning Zaphion to remove their scales, which took away their resource to pendulum summon. And that was kind of funny. So that's one way to play it. So yeah, that's test hand number 1 and combo number 1. Alright, test hand number 2. Let me just reshuffle my hand. Well, my deck, not my hand. I can't shuffle my hand. Okay, so second hand. This is my starting hand, and this is what I'll have to live with if I went first. But I still have a number of plays here. So first up, I would Foolish Burial my Time Maiden to set up in grave, and then I'll probably set Quaking Mirror Force and I still have Effect Valley in hand to negate something on my opponent's turn as well. And I will probably save Cock-a-doodle-doo for the next turn. But if I was going second, let's see what we'll draw. Hey, Alistair. Okay, so we have a pretty good hand to work with. So this little chicken here is, as I said before in the previous video, is being used in the OCG to help ABC decks to get their plays going. And if I was going second, I don't have any cards on my field. So, and probably the opponent already has a monster on the field. So what I can do is special summon this to make it a level 4 tuner. So what I can do next is normal summon Alistair and Alistair effect to search. There it is. So I have Invocation in hand. So it's not too bad, and I still have a Kaiju to get over any problem cards. What I can do here is I can either go into a rank 4 or a level 8 synchro to fit the situation. So, for example, I could go into my Castell to remove any problem cards, or Tornado Dragon for spells and traps, Abyss Dweller to negate Grave, Gaga Samurai to put damage, or I can make Omega or Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. So I guess it puts a lot of pressure on the opponent, and it requires them to use some resources to respond to it. So let's just say that I what can I do here? Yeah, okay. Let's make, it will really depend on the situation. Let's make a Tornado Dragon just for this scenario. Tornado Dragon, you touch one to pop a spell or trap to bait stuff out. Play Invocation, and it's probably I already used Effect Veiler, so let's just say that I veiled someone's effect on the previous turn. So I play Invocation, I'll banish Effect Veiler and Alistair to summon Invoked Macabre. Invocation's effect, add Alistair back to hand, and then return Invocation back to the deck. So what I have here is a Tornado Dragon and a Macabre. And in my hand I have my Alistair again, Quaking, Gamma-Seal, and Foolish. So again, I could have used a Gamma-Seal to remove cards on the field. And probably what I'll do next is play Foolish Burial, Time Maiden to the grave. What I have here is Time Maiden Grave setup for follow-up plays, so it could be any Timelord, and I can set my Quaking for additional protection. So yeah, so that's one of the combos that you can do with Cock-a-doodle-doo in hand, and Foolish Burial, and having Alistair in hand as well. So, third test hand. There should be 5 cards there. Yes, that's 5, okay. Let's see what we get. Okay, MST, Meltdown, Quaking, Strike, and Dark Hole. Okay, so going first, there's not much I can do. All I can really do here is maybe activate Meltdown or save it, and then add Invocation through Alistair, and then set 1, set 2, set 3, and hope for the best. That's all I can really do. But if I went second, I'll draw the top card of my deck. and that's not going to help much at all. Actually, when I was playing locals, I had something similar to this when I was playing against a zoo player. So what happened was I played Meltdown, and then he ashed my Meltdown, so I couldn't search for Alistair, but I still had an Alistair in hand, so I could still normal summon and search for Invocation. That actually helped bait out his Ash Blossom, but who knows what else he had in his hand, hey, at that time. But the point I'm making is, you know, sometimes you get hands like this, but don't give up. You can still do some plays and still, you know, play Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, that's test hand number 3. So what would happen here, let's just say I got Ash, but I still had Alistair. I would normal summon it. So add that in hand. And now I have a booty on field to block damage, and I can set 1, 2, 3, and I have a Dark Hole to remove boards if I wanted to. You know, it's still okay. You didn't start off with a fusion monster on board, but you know, this makes up, these cards makes up for the lack of board presence, I guess. Alright, 5th and final test hand and combo demonstration for the video. I think it's been going for a pretty long time, and I don't really want you guys to sit there for an hour just looking at me badly shuffling cards and being awkward on camera. So let's go make this the last one, and let's hope it's the best. Do you want to cut it? Yes, I'll cut it for you. There you go, good sir. So let's see what we get. 5? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So we got Kaiju Slumber, Maxi, Time Maiden, Invocation, and Terraforming. Okay, that's pretty good. So if I was going second... Okay, so that's not pretty bad. That's pretty good, actually. I was going to say pretty bad, but that's actually a pretty good hand. Assuming I go first and they've set up a board. Let's just say it's... Zodiac? Let's go with Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Myself, Thunder King. And then... Ganassil. Give the opponent a Kaiju. What else can I do? Shuffle. You know, I kind of like the Kaijus. They're like based on classic Japanese films from the Toho studios. So Ganassil is based on, I think, Gamera, and Thunder King here is based on King Ghidorah from the Godzilla series, and Dogoran in my deck is Godzilla, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I watched them as a kid, I grew up with them, and kind of, that's why I like them, I guess. Nostalgia. We can play Terraforming. Let's move these up so we got space. Meltdown. So activate Meltdown. Alistair? Let's play Invocation. Banish. Oh, no. Normal summon and then Invocation. So we'll banish Alistair. Because if not, I wouldn't be able to recycle Invocation and Alistair back to my hand if I did it from the hand. And then we'll send Time Maiden to grave. To summon Invoked Macabre. So what we have here is, now we got a giant beat stick, and we've hopefully cleared the enemy's field, and we have a Macabre as a beat stick and negation. In the grave we got Time Maiden and Invocation's effect to recycle Alistair back to my hand for future plays, and I still have a Quaking Mirror Force to set at the end of my turn, and I still got Maxi. So yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. So that's the end of this test hand and combo video of for this Invoked Kaiju Timelord deck that I built to go second, and can still do a fair bit of work going first as well. I hope this was helpful. I wanted to show you the possible good hands that you can get, and as you saw in the video, sometimes we can get some shocking hands as well, but still usable. You can still do a couple of plays, so even if you get those hands, you know, don't give up. You can still do some stuff to survive and hopefully come back in the game. Again, hope you enjoyed that. If you have any suggestions or thoughts, just comment down below somewhere. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you.